Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Verum 1 headphones from Verum Audio. Many of you got in touch with me and you asked me to make this review. So today I'm going to talk about these headphones. I'm going to tell you if I think they're good enough and more importantly, if they actually are the Odyssey LCD-X killers. Right after this. If you've been here for a while, you might have watched a video that I made a while ago where I compare all my favorite headphones that I use day to day in the studio. To be honest with you, not much have changed since then. I still use the same arsenal of headphones. I use each headphone for a specific reason, and I always double check all my mixes and masters throughout the whole range of headphones that I have. So in that video, I talked about the LCD-X headphones, and I still use these headphones. Now, these headphones are incredible, but quite a few of you got in touch with me in the comments and you were asking me, is there an alternative? Because obviously these are super expensive. These are like 1,100 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, depending on where you buy them from. So for me, these ones were particularly interesting to me because as you can see, there are quite a few similarities. They're both planar headphones, and I was really eager to try them out. I heard many good things about them, but I had the LCD-X's, so I wasn't in the market for new planar headphones. So when Verum Audio got in touch with me and they said, hey, do you want to try them out? I was of course intrigued. But first things first, this is not a sponsored video by Verum Audio. No money has changed hands. They got in touch with me. They sent me this for a review. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion about them. And actually this is what I told them on our communication. I said, more than happy to try them out, but I'm going to be completely honest. If I don't like them, I'm gonna say it. Let me tell you all about it. So, first of all, when it comes to aesthetics, they're very, very similar to the Odys, but they have their own character, okay? They have their own design signature right here. As you can see, they have this finish that's kind of carbon fiber, and I think they also have a wooden finish. One thing that you immediately notice is that the LCD-X's have more weight to them, okay? These are a little bit lighter, which, to be honest with you, I actually like, because these headphones are heavy. They can really weigh you down when you're mixing for many hours. So these are extremely comfortable to wear. I dare say they're more comfortable than the Odys headphones, okay? The Odys headphones are heavy and I feel a little bit of pressure right here. These, because they're not heavy, they feel quite good, okay? They're both open back, so many of you have asked me why I don't use the LCD-X's on my videos anymore, and you know, why I wear the Steinberg headphones. The reason is because they're open back. So I tried it, and many times I had to do lots of post-processing because the sound of the headphones would bleed into my microphone, and I had to correct it in post, which was taking a lot of time. So I mean, to be honest with you, the best way would be to use closed back headphones, and that's why I use the Steinberg ones on my videos. These have very nice ear cups, very nice and soft. They embrace your ears really nicely. They actually have this system here where you can twist this and you can unscrew these elements here, and this way you can make them fit your head and the shape of your head perfectly. When I first saw it, I was like, you know what? This is a little bit too much hassle. But to be honest with you, I like it a lot because they feel way more comfortable than the LCD-X's. They also have this thing here, so you can actually put them in any shape that you want. The cable is actually quite nice. It has a fabric braided cable, which I really like. I kind of prefer it to this cable that the LCD-X's come with, but to be honest with you, they both suffer from the same, you know, short cable length. I complained about the LCDXs in my video, and you know, I still feel, you know, come on, it could be a longer cable. Come on. One thing that really bugs me about the LCDXs, and I absolutely hate it, and you know, there were quite a few times that I was so upset, is that when I wear these and I, you know, just take them off sometimes, my hair, I have long hair, so they get caught in these screws. They have 4 screws here, and my hair gets caught. So every time I take the headphones off, I have a hair pulled out, or several hairs pulled out, and this really bugs me. I don't know who designed those headphones, but you know, if you have longer hair, then you will get this problem. And I hate this with my LCDXs. I've been trying these for a few weeks. I don't have this problem. So the build quality is really solid. Obviously, these feel a little bit more robust, you know, there's a little bit more metal in the construction, and my specific ones have leather here. I think this is probably a synthetic kind of material, but it feels equally nice. I know that some of you are going to ask, and some of you already asked me, this is not real carbon fiber. Obviously, if it was real carbon fiber, I know, because I buy tripods that are carbon fiber and they're extremely expensive. This would raise the price of the headphones quite a bit, but to be honest with you, I reached out to Verum Audio and I asked them about this, and they told me they're not actually doing it to cut costs, but to make more space for the drivers. However, they look the part, they look amazing. If anyone visits your studio and you have these headphones, they are going to be impressed. They look really nice and sleek, and they look, to be honest with you, way more expensive than they actually are. And now, let's talk about the thing that I know that most of you are interested in, and this is how they sound. I have to be honest, that was the thing that was making me a little bit uncomfortable when I knew I was going to review these ones, because these guys are hard to beat, okay? And I don't know if you can hear that. See that? I'm nitpicking here, but this, for me, for this kind of price, this shouldn't be happening. These, though, they sound amazing. They're not 100% flat, so I always use a profile from Sonarworks to make them flat, because these, if you use the Sonarworks profile, you get a little bit more upper mid-range, because this is what they're lacking. And I think the new version, they fixed that problem. They made them a little bit more flat, but I have the original version, right? As I said on my previous video, feel free to watch it if you're interested. These have amazing soundstage. It sounds like you're mixing, you know, on speakers. Not exactly, but it's the closest you can get, if you ask me. They have really wide soundstage. The low end is amazing. They're not hyped. The mid-range is great. They're very nice, balanced headphones. Now, these ones, I was actually skeptical about these, because I was like, how good can they be? If they were close to the Audi's LCDXs at this price point, this would change everything. Here are my thoughts. So, these ones have this sound signature. They have this planar headphone sound signature like the LCDXs. So when you use them for the first time, you will notice a very open sound, really wide sound stage. Everything is clear. You can hear all the instruments with great separation. The low end is definitely not hyped on these ones, but it's nice and solid. The mid-range, now this is where things get interesting. When I compared these two, one after the other, these ones seem to have more of an NS10 character, so they would be more revealing in the mid-range, where these ones, they tend to be a little bit more forgiving in the mid-range. So this will probably give you fatigue more quickly, but these ones are more truthful according to my tests. And when I say more truthful, hear me out, okay? When you equalize these ones and you correct them using the Sonarworks plugin or Sound ID, these sound like these. So, you know what I mean? These, if you correct them, they sound like these. So in essence, if you're going to correct the LCDXs, you will get a sound that is very, very close to this one. It's not identical, of course, and I didn't have the chance to find a sound ID correction for these ones, but when I correct these ones, they sound very, very close to these ones. So this is a shock when you get these headphones and you correct them. They actually, you tend to have this feeling that they sound wrong, but they're a little bit scooped in the 4K, okay? And this is a very tricky area. I don't want to be fooled. So even though when I started using those, I was using them flat. After using them for a while, I realized that I have to correct them with SonarWorks to be able to get the most out of them, because they were kind of telling me, that's your 4K is okay, you know? That's not the case with these ones. These will give you a very upfront, in-your-face mid-range. So especially for vocals, they will tell you the truth. So if a vocal is strident, it's a little bit nasal, it pokes out, especially in the 4K range, this will tell you. And these are, you know, audiophile headphones, but like with the LCDXs, you can drive them even on a consumer playback system. So I tried them on my MacBook Pro, no problem. I tried them on some mobile devices, again, no problem. Maybe for the low end, these have a tiny bit more assertiveness, for lack of a better words. These feel like they have a little bit more tight low end, but it's a very, very small difference. These ones have a very balanced sound. They're not as aggressive like the Yamaha headphones that I showed on my headphones video, not even close to these, and I'm glad they're not, because I have the Yamahas for this. But these are headphones that you can use for pretty much everything. So I've been using them for mixing, for mastering, for production. Obviously they're open back, so for recordings, forget it, they're going to bleed. But I've also been using them for post-production, so for video production, for voiceovers, for all of these things where you need to hear every little thing, every little click, every mouth sound, all these things. These are amazing. Now, one thing that I want to mention, these are handmade in Ukraine. Once Verum Audio told me they sent these out, they arrived in about a week. So they're really, really good with communication. If you're interested, go check them out and maybe send an email to them and you can ask them if they will be able to ship. But in my experience, these arrived super fast and I'm based in the UK. So what is my verdict about these headphones, and are these the LCDX killers? And my verdict is, if you have £1,100 to spend on the LCDXs, these headphones are incredible. You know, I'm not selling them, they're not going anywhere, they're really amazing headphones. But if you don't have all this money to spend on the LCDXs, then these are for you. Because these will give you the gateway to the planar sound, which is an incredible sound when it comes to headphones. And these, I would totally trust them for mixing, for mastering. At this price, in my opinion, it's a steal. I have another pair of headphones to try my mixes on because they do sound a little bit different. But again, what these give me, these don't, okay? They're very similar, but they have a different profile, so they still are very relevant. I know that these are hard to get, so I feel very responsible when I talk about things like that, because I know that there is no way to demo these, and you know, I have to tell you my honest truth. And the truth is, they are really good. You actually get this planar sound of the LCDXs that makes them so popular and so desirable at a fraction of the cost. While I wouldn't say these would replace my LCDXs, this definitely will have a place in my headphones arsenal. Like I said, this is not a sponsored video. I'm going to have links down below so you can check them out, but these are not affiliate links. I don't get any penny if you buy the Verum 1 headphones, and quite honestly, I wouldn't be spending time making this video if I thought they weren't good. So thanks so much for watching, my friends. I hope this answers your questions, and let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Verum 1 headphones. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.